One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, Winston. His throw incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have more extra depth in their step. You go to them early and often.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Newton. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. On 1st and 10, Newton. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. This ball complete to Reagor. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Yeah, we dominate today.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. They'll run with Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. A shotgun snap for Newton. He'll buy some time right. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They go back to the ground with Sanders. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
At the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. No score after 1 on EA Sports. In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Operating from the gun, Newton. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
7 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. The quick slant caught. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up first and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And we'll take this one in for the Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up for offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Davion Taylor. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That third down conversion good for 23. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now here's a throw. It's complete. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Refusing to go down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Newton. The kicker here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 18.
Throwing again is Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better, and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Play action now. Winston. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Jameis now on first down. Looking deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. These guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A final shot before the break. Newton. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And this carries into the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, Newton. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the red zone now, Newton. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll run with Sanders, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Cam on the option. Cam goes out wide quickly. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Reagor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the 2-point try. Operating from the gun. Newton, that's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Able to find Harris, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage. And
this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Second and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84, and on the board Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now no speech is needed. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the interception, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Eli Apple. And some space here. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Working out of the gun, Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way. Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Richard Sherman.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll get him down down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Second and 11 now. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Winston. Flushed out right. Finding Harris over the middle. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field, but if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off. And he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season. They go play action. Winston. He's got his man on the crossing route. But he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. From the red zone now, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, but it's going to be second down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Play fake. Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 19 yards away. And the Saints get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Showing off the quick feet that time and getting forward for a pickup of 3 yards.
Down at the 42-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Eagles, it took a while, but they finally get that first win after 4 straight losses.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Saints, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
party going up. A champ on the ground, shit. Hey, so shake it